What is good, everyone? Welcome to this video. I hope you're doing amazing today. I'm Charlie from Conscious Creation, and in this video, I would like to share with you the understanding of polarization, that of masculine and feminine energy, and how this polarization is the key to attraction. Now, I'm no relationship expert, I'm no Casanova. This is just the information that I have studied and that I have observed and the errors that I have made in my own life. If you are looking to attract a relationship or you are currently in a relationship, this can help massively with this information that I'm going to share with you. When it comes to masculine and feminine energy, I'm not referring purely to women and men. We all hold feminine and masculine energy within ourselves. However, usually a man's going to hold more masculine energy, usually 80% masculine and 20% feminine, and a woman is usually going to hold more feminine energy, 80% feminine and 20% masculine. Of course, this isn't always the case. The man can hold more feminine energy and the woman can hold more masculine energy. I'm going to talk about the difference between these two energies. So let's start off talking about masculine energy. Masculine energy is all about building things, it's progression, it's the next thing. It's I'm here, this is where I want to be, let's do this in a linear fashion. It's decisiveness, it's strategy, it's reason, it's logic, it's competitiveness. And it's based on or derived from the main male hormone, which is that of testosterone. It's I think. Feminine energy is different. It's all about curves and flow. If you look at a feminine figure, she has more curvature to her body because it's all about flow. It's about nurture. It's intuition. It's creativity. It's art, it's more community-based. A woman is much more likely going to make a decision that is best for the community, and a man is more likely to make a decision on what is best for himself. And feminine energy is based on I feel. It's this polarization between the masculine and the feminine that create attraction. Why? Because it's the yin and the yang, and it's a perfect way to bring up a child. The man is the breadwinner. He is the one who is supplying for the family. The feminine energy is that of the nurture. But like I said, these dynamics aren't always in reference to the man and the woman. The man could be holding more feminine energy, in which case he's going to have the role of the nurturer. And the woman, if she is holding more masculine energy, she's going to embody the role of the breadwinner or the supplier. If you look at a man that is holding this really heavy masculine energy, almost in like a macho way, he's much more likely going to attract a woman that is holding more feminine energy. And it's to get this polarization more in balance, because the universe always seeks balance. If you have more balance within yourself of the masculine and the feminine, you are more likely going to attract someone who, again, is holding more of this balance of the masculine and feminine within themselves. So let's refer a bit more to the masculine energy. So the masculine energy in family dynamics is he is the pillar. Okay? He is holding that pillar within the family dynamics, and the feminine energy is resting within that masculine frame. It's just the dynamics of how this energy works, because that masculine energy is all about moving forward. It's progression. It's part of that evolution moving forward. And in relationships, many times is the feminine energy will test the man to see if he is holding that masculine frame. This is talked about in the book called The Way of the Superior Man by that of David Dida. And in this book, it explains that a woman cannot love a man unless she trusts him. And she can only trust him if he is embodying that masculinity. And if she can see that he's not embodying this masculinity, consciously or subconsciously, she will test him. An example of this would be, let's say the man comes back one evening. He's had a day at work. Maybe he's working for a company or he's working on his own business, and he's had a breakthrough. He's had a pay rise, he's had a promotion or his business is starting to grow, and he comes back and he's like, darling, you won't believe what happened to me today. I got this promotion, I got this pay rise, my business is starting to grow. And she's like, that's amazing, darling. I'm really happy for you. But there's a slight undertone of, should we say, not being that impressed. And what she might be doing subconsciously is testing to see if her reaction is more important to him than his mission, because the masculine energy is mission-based, it's moving forwards. And if her reaction is more important to him than his mission, then he is losing that masculine frame. Therefore, she cannot trust him, and therefore she cannot love him. Another good example of this is if you look at Vikings. It's one of my favorite TV shows. And you see these Vikings is they get on their ships, they go raiding to different countries, they want to build their empire, and these masculine men go on their way. But many times you can see that the women are like, oh, please stay, I want you to stay, help look after the family, I don't want you to go. But deep down they both know and understand that the man must go because it's part of his mission, it's part of that masculinity. If he says, okay, I'll stay with you and help look after the family, and his mission becomes secondary to him, he is losing that masculinity, he is losing that frame. But again, in Vikings, it's sometimes the women, they go with the men raiding because they're badass, and because you can see that sometimes is that masculinity will come out within the women as well. Let's look a little bit at feminine energy. We will refer to women in this case. If a woman grows up and she or her father isn't holding that masculine frame, or later in life if she gets into a relationship and the man isn't holding more of that masculine frame, is she must bring out that masculinity within herself in order to feel safe, in order to protect herself. She'll have a shield and she will have a sword. Now, naturally, if she embodies more feminine energy, this is not what she wants to do, but she needs to do this in order to protect herself. And what she really wants is she wants a man to come into her life, hold that masculine frame and say to her, look, don't worry, let go, I've got this. And when he does that, she can let go of her shield, let go of her sword, and she can move back into that feminine frame, that femininity. But it's also really important to understand who or what type of energy that you embody more of. If you're a man and you are holding more feminine energy and that feels more comfortable to you, that doesn't mean you don't work on that masculinity to get that balance. But if you are holding more of that femininity, don't fight it, because if you really want to attract love in your life, you have to be true to who you are. In the same way, if a woman is holding more masculine energy, it's important that she stays true to that masculine energy within herself. And if she prefers to embody more of that, then she must stay true to that. Let's talk a bit about how the masculine energy grows and the feminine energy grows. The masculine energy grows through challenges, and this really resonated with me because when I grew up, I have two brothers, one younger, one older, and we had this group of friends, and we would always go on these adventures together. And when we would go on these adventures, we would always challenge each other. I bet you can't jump over that river. I bet you can't climb that tree. I bet you I can hit this golf ball further than you. I bet you won't go and speak to that girl. And you can see that this masculinity is built through challenges. However, feminine energy grows differently. It grows through praise. You look gorgeous. You're doing amazing. I am so proud of you. This is really important to understand if you don't want to butt heads in a relationship. So I'll give you an example. Let's say the woman has had a big fight with her friend and she comes back to her partner and she starts to explain what has happened. What she wants is she wants the man to listen and to help change her mood, because it's I feel. But usually what the man will do, because he comes from logic and he comes from reason and strategy, is he'll try and fix the problem. He'll come up with a solution. You should do this. This is how we fix it. But the woman just wants to be listened to and she wants her mood to be changed. If you can do this as a man, you are going to help reduce the chances of arguments by a massive amount. When it comes to women and men, many times a woman will say, I want the man to be more sensitive. I want him to open up a bit more. I want him to be a bit more like me. Now, I think it's really important for men to be more emotionally available and a bit more vulnerable. And I think it's incredibly healthy to do so. However, if they do it too much, more so into like that of the feminine energy, is she will actually start to lose attractiveness for him because she will miss that masculine energy, because that polarization will be lost. So thank you for watching. I hope this information has helped you. Peace, much love, and take care.